It has been a while. I don't really. Well, I guess I do have an excuse. I kind of had a stomach bug for like a month, and so was working through that, and I didn't want to. I think I said this in my last video. I didn't want to be like running off to um, every like 5 minutes. So I think I'm getting better. The doctors don't really know what's wrong with me. Put on the shirt. So I'm just trying to stay hydrated. Um, and I have a lot of orders. Very lucky to have a lot of orders. So I'm just working on those right now. I have 3 packers to do, and I have 1 Willy warmer. So yeah, I am working on the first packer, and going well so far. I mean, I've done this pattern so many times. I would say this is probably like my 30th packer. But I still have to like look at the pattern every once in a while. I just like to keep it the pattern so that I make sure I'm doing it right and that everyone's getting the same size packer. I don't want it to get wonky because I got lazy. So I'm still looking at the pattern. Um, I'm at the part in the pattern where it's just do a single crochet um, in each, what's the word I'm looking for? Stitch. There we go. Um, and do that for 4 rounds. So I'm on the 3rd round of that right now. I'm using my Candy Shop hook, and it works perfectly for cotton. I didn't really think about it before I bought. I thought about it when I was thinking about getting an Odyssey, a 3.5 millimeter Odyssey. That the shape of the hook head isn't, in my opinion, conducive to cotton, because cotton, the plies, just there's nothing to hold them together, so they're very piecey. Um, so I wanted something that was a little bit more like a clover hook, and definitely got that shape with the Candy Shop hook. They have a different head shape, and I really, really like it. So, although it was a more pricey hook, I'm not planning on buying anymore. But this is just a size that doesn't come in like the streamlines, and even the streamlines I probably wouldn't want to. Hey, Prince Daniel, how are you? Long time no see. Most of that's on my part. Sorry about that. Um, hey, Cammy, welcome in. I am making a packer. I mean, I feel like that's all I do these days, but I'm very lucky to have orders, so um, not complaining. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Um, so sorry, I have been kind of out of commission. I have been sick, and like I said earlier, I just didn't want to be like running to the bathroom like um, every 5 minutes, which that's pretty much how it was. So, has been an emotional roller coaster. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Those are always tough. I mean, I feel like I live in an emotional roller coaster. Working on shawl number 9. Look at you, Cammy. Um, yeah, those are never good. So I hope you're healing from that, and feeling a little bit better because my whole life is an emotional roller coaster, unfortunately. And sometimes that's just how it is, you know? But I hope you're feeling better. Um, so I'm using my Candy Shop hook, which I think honestly looks like anal beads. Sorry. And uh, I love it. I think it's a great hook. What freaks me out a little bit is that the end is a little bit flexible, so I'm a little bit afraid that I'm gonna snap it. But I'm trying to be gentle and not pull on it too hard through the cotton, because cotton. Oh, in a good way. Okay, well that's good. So what have you all been up to? Clearly, Cammy's been killing the shawl game. That's so awesome. I don't know if I'll ever make another shawl. If I do, I'm gonna use the Caron Cloud Cakes, and I'm gonna do another Lost Soul shawl because I actually had a really good time doing it, and it like worked up really fast because I was having like such a good time. So other shawls like take forever. So hold on to your hooks and yarn for this. My niece is turning 11 months old on Friday. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, where is time going? Oh, jeez. You've been working for the most part. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I've just been making packers like left and right. I'm really lucky, but sometimes I'm like, am I doing too much? I don't know. So, so yeah, so I will be making that. I think I'm gonna sell the Lost Souls shawl that I did with the Red Heart yarn. Um, Hi Lydia. Okay, so I saw your Facebook message literally like today. I don't know. And I know you sent it like a while ago. I don't know why. Like I'm not getting notifications for Facebook messages. Actually, I think I know why, but um, like I got on this like group um Facebook message, and it just like I get like notification after notification for them, and I think they just like it pushes like my other notifications down. I don't know why, but um, I need to get out of that group because I don't do anything in there anyways, and I find it quite annoying. Um, does anyone else find group chats like just like fiercely annoying? So I'm using sugar and cream yarn. It's black. It's not the most exciting, but I have been doing a um, couple different crazy, crazy family across the street got me from me got evicted. Okay, I read that in like a weird way, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope you didn't get evicted. No, okay, well that's good. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't. I try not to like wish that on people, but like sometimes like it's got to be done. Okay, so I just made a rainbow stripe one. Ooh, okay. So I would love to get some input. So I'm about to make pride shorts again. Um, do I have my pride shorts here? No, I don't. Okay, so last year I made pride shorts. I made all black shorts with acrylic yarn, and then A year old. Don't remind me. Oh yeah. Um. So last year I made a black. Hey mobs, welcome in. Um. So I made all black shorts, and then I used Picasso yarn, the rainbow, the lighter rainbow. For just like a stripe at the bottom, or like a little strip at the bottom. So this year, I think I'm gonna go like trans extravaganza. Trans-stravaganza. Is that a thing? Same thing you were doing in your live chat. Maybe you can bring me up sometime. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Well, okay, so Lydia, we have had problems. Um, we have had problems with getting your audio. So I'd love to bring you up, but I don't know if your audio is gonna work. Because I use Restream, and I know a lot of people use StreamYard, and I think if I use StreamYard, I won't have as much of a problem. So maybe next time I stream, I'll do StreamYard if I remember, and then hopefully that audio problem will be gone. But we can give it a try. God, my head hurts. I'm using the same thing you are now. Okay. Then I don't know why it wouldn't work. But sometimes the restream is just rude. Honestly, you're the only person that I've had. I don't do StreamYard as much. I don't either. I never do StreamYard. Let's see. What is the thing? Okay, here it is. My body hurts. I still think I'm sick. I think I went from one type of sickness to another type of sickness because honestly, I've just been feeling like, ugh, like my whole body hurts. And like, I know this might sound like stupid, but like, I've been having trouble sleeping. Ooh, Froggy! Oh my gosh, I miss you so much. I love you too. Um, lurking in the bushes. Um, but my couch is breaking. Like it's slowly going downhill, and like one of like the support beams of wood broke. Um, that was a really weird. Okay, I don't even know how to tell the story. So but like it'll like I'll be sitting on the couch and all of a sudden it'll just like dip. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to fall to the ground with just like couch like around me? And so what had happened? No video feed for Lydia. Okay, Lydia, I see that you're okay. I see your lovely face. Let's try to bring you up. I still can't hear you. Oh wait.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yay. I don't know why it was so weird earlier.
But no, why I'm doing this now because when I have StreamYard, um, I'm almost running out my hours on it. So when I run out my hours, I'm gonna be on this and bringing people up. So I need how to do that.
Yay. Yeah, what I like about Restream is that there's no hour limit. So for the free things.
Person who got me work on this is Zach and Katrina. So I'm doing this now. So why? And
But you're on, yay.
I can hear you now because I got my earrings. I got my earrings today.
Yay! I'm so happy for you. Those are like life changing.
Yes.
That's so cool. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna check the pattern real quick, so I'm not ignoring you. I just, but let's see. So,
What are you making?
so I'm making a packer, and you know, I've been making these a lot lately, and they're like surprisingly like a really it's really easy. Materials are really cheap and like people really love them, so I'm selling a lot of them, which I'm really happy about. But my laziness is not happy about them. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks beautiful. I love that blue.
Thank you.
What yarn is that?
It's your green. I'm eating it.
Oh yeah, I'm using sugar and cream too.
And I'm using my knitting needles as well.
Oh, what size are you using?
They are 6.0
Oh, okay.
bamboo.
Yeah, I'm using a 3.5 with my crochet hook. So it's nice and tight. Although I'm a little loose in my crocheting, so if you look, like, you can kind of see the holes a little bit. Black is hard to see, so I don't know why I showed you. Like, of course you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like, here, look at all the holes in this thing that I crocheted. It's the ball
Oh
of
wow.
yarn.
Yeah, I'm starting using this device. So so
So yeah, tell me all about your hearing aid journey, if you don't mind.
I
Like,
got
I'd like to
this
know.
afternoon. 2 o'clock my time. So
Yeah, it is almost 6:30 my time.
it's 5:23 my time.
Okay, yeah.
I'm Central Time. So I'm so glad this works. I can come up here now.
I know, I'm so excited.
No, because I am friends with Zach on Facebook and so Katrina. Like I told them about my hours on StreamYard and they was telling me about this. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna be heading over there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think in the beginning when I started streaming, I used both. I like bounced back and forth, but then I eventually, like, when I came back, I just used Restream because it was the only one I could remember. Like, I didn't remember StreamYard, and I've been using it ever since. Oh, Cammy's coming up.
Kimmy!
Hello.
Hey, Cammy.
So
Hi
this be shell
Kimmy!
number 9. Hi Lydia. Ian. This
Yes.
be shell number 9.
Oh my goodness, Cammy, you are so good, and that looks so beautiful.
Nana Michelle blessed me with 3 of them. They're shell in a ball.
Oh, shell on a ball is so nice. I haven't used it myself,
So,
Yeah,
But
and that's
you
why she
mean?
said
I just haven't seen such good things.
she said she'd bless me in it with it. Right here.
Oh, so pretty.
And it's in the colorway Mystical Mirage. And it says a 4-weight, but you can tell that ain't no 4-weight.
No, that looks like a 3 to me.
Yeah.
Hey, country girl, welcome in.
And then that's what it looks like knitted.
I like
Oh,
that.
I love the, but I
Ooh,
love
pretty.
the pattern on the shawl. It just is
I do
so
too.
beautiful. Yeah, so I'm gonna be starting my pride shorts soon, and I'm trying to decide how I want to do it, because last year I did it in acrylic because acrylic's more affordable, there's more colorway options, it's easier that way generally, right?
Yeah.
But this year I think I might, I'm torn between using like ice cream yarn by Lion Brand,
I love that yarn.
which is acrylic, but it's a 3-weight, so I could make more holes in it, and make an airier fabric.
Right.
Or because like last year the swamp ass was real,
Mm-hmm.
and or I'm thinking of getting some ice yarn, and I'm thinking of getting some different colored cotton and doing like the trans flag for my shorts. So I can't quite decide. I probably will go cotton. But I wanted to try bamboo because I haven't before, and I heard that's really good for wearables as well. But I'm having trouble finding colors that I like. It feels like whenever there's a bamboo line, they only have like 5 colors.
Yeah. So I won the giveaway in Crojo Corners Live.
Congratulations.
Kitty.
So cute.
It's a project bag. It's got, so this has got like my pens, a little change purse, keys to my cash box, and some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has 4 rivets, so you can feed up to 4 balls of yarn in it.
Oh, love that.
And then 2 sides on the back on each side.
Mm-hmm.
And then like pockets all the way across.
Oh, I love little pockets like that. You can put hooks in, and you can put needles in.
And then I got, so on the inside you got this same pocket where this is on the other side, and then a smaller pocket on each side.
That's nice. You can't have too many pockets. It's just not possible.
I know that's right. And then I've got, note cards, notepads,
Mm-hmm.
a pocket knife, which I'm obviously not going to show for obvious reasons on YouTube.
Can you not show knives?
I don't think you can. I'm not risking it.
Okay.
And then I've got my keys in case I go outside and we get locked out.
That is the most keys I've ever seen.
Well, no, these are the keychains. As you can obviously tell, I'm obsessed with keychains.
Yes. Yeah, I love keychains too, but I always have to be wary because, like with car keys, you can't have too much weight on them. So
Yeah.
I always go back and forth, like, do I really need this keychain? But if I had my way with it, I would just have all the keychains.
Exactly. And then now these are for your boat keys when you're on a boat.
Oh yeah, so they float.
Yeah, I got these in there.
Nice.
And then, Ian, I know you got pill bottles. Save them. Storage.
So, yes. So I do use some pill bottles for storage, but I have so many pill bottles. So many.
So do I.
There
And I
is
still use them.
a place called the Scrap Exchange near me, and it's not that close. It's like 45 minutes away. But they have like a full like a barrel full of empty pill bottles, and it's like it's for crafters and people who like making things out of scrap, and they have yarn there and they have everything, but they have tons of pill bottles. But I have my own supply.
Right.
For reasons.
And like our pharmacy up the road, if let's say you have an expired prescription, you can take it up there and they'll gladly dispose of it for you.
Will they do it for free?
I believe so. I've never done it because like my allopurinol for my gout,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be getting it. I should be getting it again. Hang on. When was it filled? The 13th of February. So I'm due for another one.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen something advertising it, but last time I was in CVS, which was maybe 2 years ago, or something, I went and they had like medicine disposal bags, and they would
Yeah.
dispose it for like $3, and I was like, I can flush my own pills, like if I really needed to, like
I've never personally done it, so I wouldn't know.
yeah. So I think some places charge and some places do it for free. I think it's more for like controlled substances and things like that to make
Yeah,
sure that
like
they,
like Adderall would be.
yeah.
And we had to start going to CVS because I'm on Medicaid and Medicare,
Hmm.
and they accept them. So that's the only reason why we started going back.
Yeah. Yeah, CVS is like so when I worked in insurance, CVS was the most expensive pharmacy out
Yeah,
of
and that's
all of
exactly
them.
what they said here.
The
When I got
cheapest place is Walmart, but they don't have the selection.
right,
So grocery stores are like a step up.
okay, Ian. So I know you don't knit, but
I do, just not anymore. Well, I don't anymore.
so I was looking around and I come out like I would, and I usually go to the books first and kind of reorganize them, and I'm where the furniture would be, but because we have a section where the books are facing the furniture,
Hmm.
I found not one, not two, not three, not four, not even five knitting books. I found 6 knitting books. Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
Yeah, 6 knitting books.
Yeah, I have like 2 or 3 knitting books somewhere around here. I like so I have one pair of straight needles, and
I have a ton
then
of them.
I have one pair, or I guess it's not a pair. I have one set of circular needles that are
I have a ton of those.
16 inches. But I used to have, and I don't know where they are. When we moved, literally everything got a mind of its own and just walked away.
Oh, of course. So mind
Um,
you, I paid $1.25 for all of them. So in total, $8 and some change. But
yeah.
they'll round it up, and that goes towards finding disabled people or people like us, Ian, with disabilities jobs.
That's great.
So, all right, now I told you the price
Yeah.
that I paid. Look at the original
And you got it for $1.25.
Yeah. And I could have
Oh,
told Hipton
so cool.
and I could have told the cashier that checked me out to give me like $1 off like my total, but she's kind of new and I don't want to, confuse her because the assistant manager said, and I can understand why, that I can't use the employee discount, even though I'm technically in the system as an employee. I can understand why. You should have to be on the payroll and do everything that the other people, the people who get paid to use the discount.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this is called the Knitter's Guide to Combining Yarn, and I said, why just knitters? Why not crocheters too?
Yeah.
And then I just noticed the price, $25.95 for this.
Oh, wow.
And then it shows you
Oh, Lydia fell out the window. Hopefully we see her again.
Yarn Harmony Pairings. I just love the title of that title head.
Yarn Harmony what?
Pairings.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
And then look at all of these. Some you got like cotton and cotton blend, or acrylic and acrylic blends mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
And then like polyester ribbons mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
Like right here, white plus color ribbon plus bamboo yarn. See it? And then they show it up top.
Wow.
And then
that's so cool. That is a really cool book.
And then they got it for spring, and then they give you, each one has 2 patterns, and then they do it for summer. Like look at all those pretty purples, and purple's my favorite color.
Yes, and I love just like I love that it looks like a variegated yarn.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like you get to custom make your own variegated yarn. That's so cool.
Exactly. And then you got your fall. Now, this one has got to be my favorite, right there.
Oh, that looks like Starry Night to me.
It does. And then you got your winter.
That's a cool book, Amy.
Oh yeah.
Good find.
Oh. I know it was just sitting there, and I put them all together. I'm like, oh my god. And then the Yarn Stash workbook. Now I look at how. Tell me that is not gorgeous.
Wow, that is really beautiful.
And then I love this poncho.
Yeah. Is that fringe at the bottom? I can't quite see with the glare.
Yeah, it's fringe.
Fringe is not my friend, I found.
I just noticed this beautiful cardigan.
Oh, wow. That is nice.
And then Hot Knits. 30 cool, fun designs to knit and wear.
Wow. That is really nice.
And each one of them gives you several patterns. And then now Vogue Knitting, I actually looked it up. At the time it was like $35, $40.
Yeah. Vogue Knitting is always like so expensive.
Right here it says $18.95 or $26.95 for Canadian. And then right here, quick and easy quick knits. And then I got very same one, Vogue Knitting, very easy knits.
I like the very easy part.
Yeah. And there's a lot of wearables in here, and am I gonna make them? Not in my lifetime. I can't. I was just telling a customer I can't figure out how to join when it comes to like
Sorry,
joining. I can't figure.
when I left, but I want to show you a book like that's from Hobby Lobby.
Learn to knit. Oh, very nice. That'll give you some good patterns.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And I
always
got
love like beginner books because I just find that their wording is a lot easier.
and I got this too. The knitting wheels as well.
Oh, nice.
And they are. I took a thing, and these what they are.
Okay, do they have a like interchangeable cord?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That's nice. The interchangeable cord makes such a big difference. I've never had a set that had interchangeable because like all I ever wanted to make was hats. Because that's all I have the attention for. Like I can't
I
knit
got.
anything other than that.
I got the Scrippy OG yarn from Hobby Lobby
Oh yeah.
too.
It always catches my eyes, but I'm like, that would tear my fingers up. Is it as like harsh as it looks? Because I never
No,
even touch it. Okay.
it's Scrippy yarn. If you want me, I can send you some in these Scrippies I make if you
No
want.
worries. I appreciate that, but I think
What?
honestly, I know myself. I'll never use it. You know the
No.
like yarn that you like always like look at and you're like, oh, it's so pretty, it's so sparkly, and then you put it on your shelf and you never touch it again. That's exactly what that yarn would be. Because I have that like soak, scrub, and wash or whatever that yarn is. That's
Mhm.
it's like it's almost like it's chain spun. And Cammy, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
At Joanne, like
The Lion brand 24/7 cotton.
no, it's called like it's 3 words. It's like soak, scrub, something, and it's chain spun plastic, and it is actually not harsh on the hands. But when I tried to find the center pole, it just was yarn bars everywhere, and I was like, nope, not
Oh,
doing this. Let me see if I can find it on the Joanne website.
And Nana Michelle, when she gave this to me, she put in a note saying that she likes to use the size J, which it recommends.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look at that laciness.
That is, yeah, J really creates that like airy like sense to it. I love that.
And I'm thinking about because she sent me 3 of them, and I'm thinking maybe the next one, I might just go bump it up half a hook size to a K.
Yeah.
And see what it does, because I crocheted one for my aunt, and then my mom's like, well, you need to make Aunt Donna one, so I made it to her, and I said, now for Aunt Donna, I said, which one, the gray one or and I made it's, if I'm doing 2 colors, I'll do it basically until it runs out, right? I only have bits left, and then what I'll do is I'll fasten off and then tie it in at the very end, and then cut the ends and then use that to chain with, and I'll end up on the next color, and then just continue until that runs out, and then do the same thing. Or I have a chunk where I know I can't get across, and then do the same thing, tie it and cut the ends, and then.
Okay, I turn the brightness down, but it's always a pain in the ass. Stitch, soak, scrub.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I've seen.
And this I like as a scrubby yarn better because it doesn't like tear up my fingers when
Right.
I try to work with it. But the yarn barf was too much. Too much.
So then I finished shell number 8, and it's a little bit smaller, but I figured, for like the summers, and this is the latte stripes that we like so much, Ian.
Oh, beautiful.
And I think maybe in
Pretty
total I
good.
had about a skein and a half of it, because it was, a ball here, a ball there. So I figured I'm like, well, I made Aunt Kathy a thin and airy one, like like a lightweight one, and then I'm making her a heavy one. So that means I've got to now, seeing I gave Aunt Donna the heavyweight one, now I got to make her a light one, so it's fair. And if you sew on buttons, a tip I found, where is it? When you fasten off, leave you a length of tail, and you can use that to sew in the button.
Oh, interesting. So you can do like a hands-free moment. That's genius. Yeah. I love that idea.
And then, like, I'll use this. I've done it on the others, and of course the gray one I accidentally sewed in the tail. And it's Karen cotton funnel cakes. And I said I've got a crap load of cotton. If I need to, I'll just grab a length of cotton, grab me a length of cotton and sew it on.
Yeah.
So, and of course I'll share the picture. My mom delivered them on Saturday, and she told me when they came home, they absolutely loved it.
Oh, that's great. Well, of course they loved it. I mean, that's not surprising.
Oh, and then here's, of course, as you know, we've been going out every Sunday. Tell me those overalls aren't cute. And then, all right, so
Image too.
Oh, that's
this is
nice.
My mom's youngest, and then this is the one right after my mom. So see what I was talking about? Like, I'll do a black, and then a chunk, and then another chunk of another color, and then another chunk. And then I'll leave both ends on. So then when I go to weave in the one, I'll weave in the button for the bottom one first. Because what I do is it says in the tutorial she says and she goes, this is just what I do. She goes, you can chain the forward, slip stitch, do a magic ring. She goes, you just do you. However you want to start it, that's the way you start it. So what I've been doing, and I kind of like it, is I'll chain 4 and then slip stitch into the ring, slip stitch into the first ring, the first chain, and then as I'm doing my first round, I'll go over the tail, and then I'll go back and I'll weave it in. 3 or 4 times. And what started it was I have this whole huge cone of yarn, and I've made 3 shawls out of it now.
Wow.
I paid $4.99. The original price was during a 50% off sale. $4.99. I paid $105 with tax.
Wow. And you made
how much,
you made 3 shawls already? Wow.
And what got me started was Dana did it on her live, on her craft hour one day. And I'm like, well, I think I might want to start. So I had this yarn, a blue, and it's there's 2 shades of the Line brand ice cream yarn on Joann's. It's one of them too. It's the one without the purple. I know that much. And then I used it. I did a chunk for that of the yellow, and then did the whole skein of that, and then went back to the yellow. Okay, this is Trista's. No, Vicky's. Okay, sorry, I was talking to myself. So this is for my cousin, my mom's cousin. And then I made a smaller one for her daughter-in-law.
Oh, I love that. That's so fun.
And
Goody.
a little backstory. My cousin's daughter-in-law, her eldest son was at a friend's house, and story goes he got mad because he was going to spend the night. Left mad, and you know the rules. Never drive when you're mad.
Yeah.
Well, guess what he did?
Did you get into a car accident?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Never made it. Went off the road.
That's so
And
sad.
ended up under his truck. And I'm asking my mom now. Ian, you've known him long enough. You know I want to know every answer.
Yeah.
I go, how did Gavin end up under the car? My mom's like, we don't ask those questions, and I give her that look like, you don't answer them. You don't ask them. I do. So his favorite color was yellow. They were asking you, like wear a yellow boutonniere or a yellow scarf.
Oh.
So that's the story of the yellow.
Oh. That's just, it's so sad how, like, just that can.
And he was only 18.
So, oh my gosh, no. That's so sad.
I'll look at that, Mary, and then with the yellow, I just did a simple single crochet border around it.
Oh, nice.
And these two are the only ones I did borders on.
Yeah.
So here's what I was telling. My aunt got these made for me. Made with Love by Cameron.
Oh,
And
that's so sweet.
I just used the tail. And as I was sewing on the button, I was weaving in the end too. That's what I meant by you. If you, and she said she got them from Etsy, and there's just made with love, and then you can find ones that are customizable. Like for you could do made with love, and then by Ian. And then
yeah, there are, so at Joann, and they're always like a little expensive, and like I don't make. Lately, I've just been making Packers, so there's no reason to put them on there. Right. But there are like leather strips, which I've been looking at on Etsy.
And she said there were those too, and she goes, "I figured you'd like a button better, Cam." She goes, "Yeah, that's why I got you the buttons, because I'm sure you've seen my button collection."
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have.
And my case manager at the workshop, she goes, "Cameron, come here. I've got something for you." And I said, "Okay." And I'm thinking I might be in trouble. I'm like, I don't know what's going through her head. And she goes, "Here." She goes, "I was in the dollar store and I found these, and I know you'd like them." And I looked dead at her and I said, "Shantae, I love buttons. You're just adding to my addiction." She goes, "I knew you would."
That's awesome. Yeah, I like the leather strips that say, like one of them says, "This took me a really long time."
Yeah.
And one says, "You better like this." And that's the kind of message I want to communicate. Like,
right.
Not necessarily made with love, but like sewn together with hate. Not hate for the person, of course, but hate for having to crochet more.
Right. And I'm these are so easy. Now with me, I've been on this same medication since I've been like 5.
Wow.
And when I don't take it, I can drive my own self up the wall. That's how bad I am.
Yep.
And either that, if I'm not doing that, I'm in bed, and I look like a slug on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
But when I tell you I can actually pick this up and let's say I'm, down here, I finished a row, I can literally get halfway up to one side.
Wow.
Before I have to take a break, and then, I'll put it down for an hour or two, and then, go up to finish that side, do the peak, and then, I'll have to stop. And then I can do, halfway down the other side and then stop.
Yeah, when I did that Lost Soul shawl, like I was having so much fun with it, that I Like I literally, it took me, I think, 3 days to make, which is really fast for me.
Yeah,
And
these have been taking me
I did,
6.
I did color control all the way up at the top, so like that takes longer. But like,
Yeah,
I just was having fun. You know, if when you find a pattern that inspires you, and or you have a colorway that inspires you,
exactly.
it just.
And half of them, I'm just, I think I figured out my next shawl,
Hmm.
but I'm not sure yet. Now, y'all tell me if you like these colorways together. And of course, I got to put purple in most things.
Yep.
So this is that Karen Cotton Cakes, the 3 weight,
Hmm.
and then the rest is Brene, I think Baby Cotton Softy. Is
Oh, I
that
love that.
yeah?
Yes.
So it was this one. This is like a lavender
Hmm.
tan, like a creamish white. It's not
Hmm.
quite cream and it's not quite white. It's like they got together and had a baby.
Yeah.
And then this is like a blue variegated. It's got turquoise, light blue, and like a gray.
Hmm.
And they're just little bobs and bits. I was thinking either doing that or making like a shawl with the rest of my cotton and maybe adding it into there. I don't know yet.
Hmm. Yeah, I really like those colors together. They look great,
Yeah,
and they look it. You know how like some colors just like look soft,
yeah,
like
they
those that
do.
have like a really soft look to it, which I really like. So
Yeah,
I think that would be great together.
I just throw the color wheel out the window and said, like you've seen my Afghanzian. I throw the color wheel out the window and grab whatever bottle speaks to me. I just go in blind and go, oh, you want to go in? Okay, I'll put you in.
Um, so like I don't know if you get this with your ADHD, but part of mine I get like choice paralysis, where like if there are too many choices, I'm like I don't know what to do, or um like it just overwhelms me and I kind of shut down.
Yeah,
um
I get that.
I'm looking at all the colors and like beautiful things that I have in my on my shelves, and I just like shut down. I don't know what to do, and
This
then I don't
I
know
had
what
that
colors
problem.
would
Is like,
look good together, but I need to be more brave like you, and I need to just go for it.
yeah, where like it's not as I had it, growing up, but and I never knew how prevalent it was until learned how to crochet. I'm like, oh God. And I walk into like Joann's and I'm like, look at all of these colors. I'm like, ooh, I can do this with that color. I can make this with it. I'm like, and then I'm like, my brain's just going. I'm like, and then I just stand there. I'm like, what, why, who, what, where, when, why, how, what, who.
Yep.
I'm like, what was I doing?
Yeah, exactly. Or I just buy it all. Like I like when I had more money, like I would just like buy it all.
Yeah. And I now my mom's like, I can see why my mom would never allow me to have a credit card.
Yeah, it's so easy to run up your credit.
Yeah. And like I was gonna say, I was gonna like save my cash app, the money that because my manager and I have a deal.
Hi, Lydia.
If I buy her like a coffee at Starbucks, or she likes it's the dragon fruit mango refresher with lemonade.
Mm.
I've never tried it, so if I get her that, she'll pay me because I've got cash app, so
Mhm.
she'll cash app me $7, which now they take out like 20 cents or whatever. So it's now 6, and I said, oh yeah, I'll save it, and then I can just because what I would do is I'd actually put it. You can put that on like your gift card, reload that as a gift card, and I'm like, I'm gonna save it. I've spent it already. So, and I was the afternoon manager yesterday bought us Jersey Mike's,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going up to get me a Pepsi, and I'm like, Nate, I told you I literally have $4 here. I told you I was strapped for cash.
Yeah, it's it's hard being it's hard
Yeah,
being us,
right. And
isn't
then
it?
there's been now a couple weeks ago I got
Hi, Lydia.
this whole container of it's crochet thread, and then it's got little bobbins.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got a whole bag of bobbins. I need to add these ones too. And then now, Ian, you're gonna love this because I love it. You love a lot of the same things I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought now it's a like a rectangular doily, and I thought I was gonna have to finish it. I'm like, I can figure it out.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, that's so beautiful.
It is, and I'm like, if I don't want, I'm like, I have enough already, but I just want to add just because of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and then I think it was last week or it might have been. I put it away, and I'm like looking at it. It's like, you want to get me. I'm like, but I have enough. I don't. I'm like, do I really need more crochet thread? Because
Only you can answer that.
really.
I've never used crochet thread before. I kind of feel bad that I haven't, but I also like it. Like thinner uh, yarn does hurt my hands, so I
Yeah,
probably, you know, won't enjoy it as much.
true.
I do
Well, I'm
have
kind of
I
used
do
to it
have
now.
some somewhere. Yeah, right there. I think it's a size 10.
Yeah, I think that's what most of this is, and I've got a couple of size 3s. And what I do now, Jada did it, and of course, I got to copy everything Jada does. What she does is she took her like phone charger cord
Mm-hmm.
and used size 3 crochet thread and went over it.
Oh, I love that.
Now every new cord I get, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, one more. One.
Okay. Yeah.
This is all crochet thread.
Oh, wow.
Plus that one I just showed you.
Yeah, you get a lot of it.
And like these ones are like multicolored, or like the colored ones.
Yeah.
I sat there and I added them all together, and I took them off the spools.
Oh, wow.
And then here is the other one.
Oh my gosh, you have so much. It's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it, and I saw it again today. I'm like, do I really need any more? Now, I wonder. There you are. Okay, so I found the bobbins. Hold on. Let me put you over there. So here's all the bobbins. And then I put in a weight that I found in donations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so.
Oh my gosh. See, I really love like rich colors. So like
Yeah, so
that
do I.
bag gets me. That bag gets me so much. Oh wow, you got some good stuff.
Oh yeah. Now I always tell people, go to your thrift store first.
Mm-hmm.
And now last year we they put out the and by they I mean the girls who tag like the wares, like your kitchen stuff, your knickknacks.
Mm-hmm.
They put out the yarn. And if it was an individual skein, $1.99.
Nice.
And this lady asked me, and I went back and one of the girls come out, and say $199, and she's like, I'm not paying that. And it was a perfectly full skin, and she's like, I'm not paying that. Blah blah blah. So she's like, I'm back there doing something. She goes, all right, Cameron, you're my resident, user of this stuff because you
You're
use
an
it all the
expert.
time. Would you use this? Would you pay $199 for all of the, an individual skin? And I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
It's
one
like,
day,
where would you find a better deal?
right? And then so then she's now a lot of the time if she finds like hooks or needles, knitting needles, she'll set them aside and then see me and says, when you get a chance, I got some hooks and needles for you.
Ooh.
So she'll like give me first dibs on them, and then I'll buy them. And so when she gave me the last set, and I'll show them to you in a second. She goes, when you get a chance, I need your help. She goes, you know what you'd want to pay for them. So then I showed her, like a full set, like an excellent condition set of needles. And I said, now tape, and I held them in, I'm like, now tape here and tape here, like you normally would. She's like, oh, all right. I said, now get $4.90, like get $5.99.
Mhm.
And there were like 5 or 6 of them. And I said, now if you've got a whole bunch of good, and I said, now look at these. I consider these excellent condition. And I said, if you have like, a ton of them, maybe enough to do maybe like 3 piles of 5, then go ahead and do it. And I'd say anywhere from like $4.99 to $3.99, $4.99, or even $5.99, for like a set of 5. She's like, okay. And I said, no. And then I grabbed some that were in, I'd say, good condition.
Mhm.
And I said, now mark these $3.99. No, I said for the the excellent, either $4.99 or $5.99. And I said, if you can't make up your mind, I'd glad you come get me, and I'll tell you what to put on. And she's like, okay. And then I got like fair, and they were like slightly warped, but they weren't noticeable unless you actually held them up way up high to the light. And I said,
Mhm.
now these maybe and there were like a few, and I said, now maybe these like $2.99. She's like, okay. And then the district manager was there, and I told her, I said, Marilyn, she had a couple of questions on the knitting needles on what I would want to pay for them. And she's like, that's okay. You helped her. Who cares?
Mhm.
I
So Mary asked me a question. She said, have I ever used thread to make a packer with? And that's an excellent question. So I haven't. I've actually never used crochet thread. The pattern that I uses 4-weight yarn. So that's all I've ever used to make a packer with. But I mean, I think that like I don't know what crochet size, what hook size I would use. Maybe Cami can help me. Cami, what if you're using a size 10 crochet thread, and you want a relatively tight stitch? What size hook would you use?
I would use. Hang on. There's several you can use. Here. So I have This was I paid $9.99 for this set, and believe me, it's worth it. It's got the steel hooks, which is what you would use for the crochet thread, and then and a couple of them are my hooks, obviously. 3mm, I think, a D all the way up to a 9mm. So for like a size 10,
Yeah.
I'd say like find your smallest hook, which my smallest is a 14. If you can barely see the needle, the hook.
Wow.
That's, I believe, the smallest one I have.
Yeah, I think I have. Let me see. Do I have
And
one?
then I've got in here a size 00. And let's see. I think this would be comparable to maybe like your 2mm. I'm gonna check.
I can't even I can't even like pull it by the hook. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have a 00.
Yeah,
Wait.
that'd be. I'm gonna measure it. I have a.
Oh wait, no, sorry. This is a point 9.
Yeah, so I'd say if that's your like your smallest one, try
Yeah,
that one.
that's my smallest one.
Mine is a size 14, which I just showed.
So
All right, so this is the 00. And I bought this off of Amazon.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that little elephant.
And it's got your neck gauge checked.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't the one the circular ones where it's the straight ruler.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I would get didn't fit my hooks. And I saw this, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting it. And then look under the razor. Look under the razor for the trunk.
Oh, nice.
So it's got a little razor on the trunk, underneath the trunk.
So some yarn I bought recently. So this is from Michaels. This is Loops and Threads Twisted Tones. And it's like Halloween fall colors. It's so beautiful.
It is.
I think I'm going to learn how to do the knit stitch and work this up. That's what because the swatch was knit, which it always is, but the swatch was so beautiful. I was like, I gotta do that, and I think I'm gonna do a hat and a scarf set with this. It's a 7 jumbo, and they recommend a 9mm hook.
So I measured that 00. It'd be a 3mm or a US 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yes.
So I am using a 4-weight right now, 4-weight cotton, and I'm using a 3.5mm hook.
Yeah, that's what some of my amigurumi calls for. Is like a 3.5. The Cyclops and Otis, they called for I think a 3mm or I can't quite remember. It was either like a 2.5 or a 3mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the smallest hook I've used for amigurumi. And then the Parapro, she's bought me quite a few things, and I'm like, here's money. She's like, I don't want it. She refuses for me to pay her back. So I come in and she goes, here, I bought this for you, and I open it up, and it was that Harry Potter crochet kit I'd got.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't dare tell her I had another one, and I said, I come home and I'm like, I'll make it for Sissy, because I know she'll love it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I come in the next day and I said, Michelle, I'm gonna make that for my sister. She goes, that's a good idea. And I said, I'll make it for her for Christmas. So I said, she loves Harry Potter.
That's so sweet. So I do have some. So I have that cotton thread that's a 10. I do have quite a bit of yarn that's like under a 4.
Yeah.
But I only can use like natural fibers because acrylic can get a little warm and
it can spill if you wash it.
So I don't actually know like what fiber content, because I just so this is the bag I got from the scrap exchange that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And this whole bag was $2.
Oh my god! Now
I know.
This one that I showed you with all the doily came in, it was $4.99.
Yeah, some stuff there is overpriced, but this is awesome. And then I also have, so this one was $5. I think it's like a 2-weight. New fill light. Yeah. And I have 3 balls of that. They look like 50 gram balls. But I don't know what's cotton.
Jada was talking about it one day. Most if you're looking at crochet thread, most of it will be mercerized cotton.
Yeah, this is mercerized. This is the 10 that I have. So I could try to make it. I don't know, like, if it would be worth it to
Right.
make it out of thread, because it just would take a lot longer.
Yeah. You're going more for efficiency.
Yeah. But I also, like, I want these to be good for a long time. I want them
Right.
to be, so like thread would hold the polyfill better if it had smaller holes.
Exactly. You'd have to go for the smallest hook you absolutely have.
Yeah.
Now this is size 3 crochet thread,
Mhm.
or what
That's
they
3?
this is 3 crochet thread,
Uh-huh.
or what's commonly known as like fashion, where you could make like a collar, like Wednesday Addams collar.
Oh, cute.
That's what this would be made out of, or stuff like that. Where the size 10 crochet thread and the size 30, which Nana Michelle said was the smallest,
Mhm.
those would be more for like your doilies or your
Okay.
those big drapey table runners. My grandmother had one. She had this big tall table, and she had a table runner, to a tablecloth to go all the way down it, and then underneath she had like a little tablecloth. And then here's hi Mel, and then this is another version of your size 3 crochet thread.
Okay, so maybe I could do a packer with a size 3 thread. When I bought the crochet thread I have now, which was the 10 mercerized that I showed you,
Yeah, that
I
would be for doily.
I just was like, people use crochet thread. Maybe I'll get some. So it was just like I picked up some, and I didn't really know I didn't know what size meant what, and so. But yeah, the 3 looks like I could definitely use that. And
Yeah, and when I do crochet over my cords, I use a an at for a 3. I think it's like a 3.75. It's
mhm.
a boy. It's got the boy grippy one. So I think it's a 3.75. I'd say start with that. What's the hook size you're using now?
Okay, so I use a 3.5 for.
Okay, so I'd say start with that on the, if you're going to use the size 3 crochet thread, start with the 3.5, and then if that's not tight enough, then go down maybe to a 3 millimeter or a 3.25. Depending on if you have it. If you have a 3 millimeter, I'd say then go down to that.
I've got a 2.75 clover. I think I have a smaller clover, but I don't know where it is.
I'd say start with the one you're using now, the 3.5, and then if that's fine, then use that, and if not, go down either 0.25 millimeters to a 3.25, or even if you don't, then go down to a 3 millimeter.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go down anyways because I'm using smaller yarn. Because I'm using 3.5 with 4 weight yarn, so I definitely have to go down. But that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I like the furls, like body shape, but clover's not bad.
Every time I see like you and Miss Ola Joe use the frills, I'm like, I don't, just the way it looks, I can kind of tell my hands would cramp.
With a
Frills.
yeah, I thought so at first, and at first I did have difficulty with the grip, but and I mean, if you are good with what you have, there's no reason to switch. But I just was having a lot of pain with something so small in my hand. So even with the clovers, like they helped, but they weren't great. So I gave like a furl a try. I got a furl from Mel said, "Okay, size king." Um, uh, so sorry, that totally distracted me.
Miss Ola Joe.
Yeah. Granny D
Oh,
gave me my first furls. She just gave it to me as a gift because she's so sweet.
oh, of course.
And we met in person. And the first time we met, she gave me a hook and a bunch of yarn. And which is funny because I was having a giveaway that she won. And so I was giving her a bunch of yarn, and then she just gave me a bunch of yarn. And she gave me my first furls hook, which is an eye. And I loved it. Because I told her that I wanted to try furls, but they were so expensive.
Yeah, and I think that's what's diverged me away from it.
Yeah, and like like I said, if you're good with the hooks you have, then
just keep on trucking.
Don't raise your snob levels.
Yeah.
But
good Lord, I buy the cheapo set off of Amazon.
Yeah, I used to use those, and those were fine, but I just couldn't crochet a lot.
Right.
I've got one of all the sizes I use, and that's it. I'm not buying any more until they release the Scorpio set, and then I'm gonna buy the whole set.
All right, this will tell you how cheapo I am. Look at the grip; it's coming off.
Oh yeah, I have one of those where I bought so let's see, this is a Susan Bates, and I bought a grippy to put on it, and so you have to like lube it up to put the grippy on, and then the grippy doesn't come off. So you basically, and it was like $3.99 for one of these grippies. So it's not worth it. Don't do that. And it won't come off. It
yeah,
will.
the two I have were I think technically made for Susan Bates, but I've got them on two boy H hooks.
Mm-hmm.
And they were so hard to get on. I'm like, y'all are on now. I'm not getting y'all ain't coming off.
Yeah. Exactly. But I really do like the clovers, and they do go on sale on Amazon quite a bit.
It's funny how I was just looking. I'm like, I was telling a customer, I'm like, now I'm kind of I have over $19 in my account on Amazon, and I'm like, what's the one thing you think I'm looking at? She goes, hooks.
Yep.
Exactly. I said, even though I don't need any more, I'm like, how many more do I need? And she goes, all of them. And I'm like, exactly. And of course, I was so busy talking to her, I didn't even get a chance to go eat lunch with the kids like I normally do every day. So, and she's so sweet. She buys me a Pepsi. She's like, you do way too much here to be buying your own pop. From now on, when I'm here, I'm buying it for you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, we got a Keurig in the break room now. Spiced apple cider.
Oh, I have had that, and I love it.
Oh, I love apple cider.
Oh, me too. That's my favorite drink. I actually have some in our like right outside of our fridge right now.
I remember we went somewhere, I forget where it was, to do caroling when I was a kid, and I tried it and I'm like, yup. Because you know how kids' taste buds are, they don't like everything. So now I love it.
Yes. I used that when I was in my first puberty. because now I'm in my second one.
Right.
I paid for it too. But when I was in my first puberty, my acid reflux was crazy. And so I could only drink like 3 things. Like water made it worse, like soda made it worse, everything made it worse. So one of the things I could drink was apple cider, and I loved it.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then you know those Lion Brand bobbins?
The what?
Those little bobbins?
Mm-hmm.
I found 3 packs at the store.
Oh, cool.
And what I did was I caked them up. You know, I caked it up. Then when that ran out, I tied.
Oh, I love that.
And I was thinking maybe these. Now this is the first color. This is the second one.
Mmm.
And then this is the third one. This is the third one. I'm like, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, those would make a cool shawl, all 3 of them together.
Yeah. That is cool. You have so much good stuff.
Oh yeah. People are like this, that, and the other. And I was talking to this guy today, one of my friends I met at the workshop, saying, you know, if you can get a ride up there, you know, we can hang out. And he goes, I saw him jump up. And he's like, I don't like the Goodwill store.
Excuse me? Who doesn't like Goodwill?
Right. And my neighbor behind us, she loves, and I emphasize on the word loves, thrift shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And being around her for so long, I think that's kind of where my love of thrifting came from, was her.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought the little like computer desk home that my iPad's on, and my mom sees it and she goes, "You know, you're a hoarder, right?" I said, "According to you, I am." And I said, and we're sitting at the table. I said, "It wasn't Dad's fault." I'm like, Dad didn't, you know, offer me to start volunteering at the. It wasn't Dad's idea for me to start volunteering at the store. It wasn't my idea. It wasn't Madison's idea. It wasn't Tessa's idea. That leaves one person in this house. Who's that one person I didn't mention? And she gave me the dirtiest look, like,
I bet.
I said, so that leaves Mother Dearest. That leaves you.
Yeah. I think it's a certain personality type that falls into that, like, collecting personality, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, and I think a lot of crocheters and knitters are in that, have that personality type, where it's like, I don't know, I think it's like, to me, it's like an art collector.
yeah.
We're
just
you
collecting.
see all these beautiful things and you want them around you. Like, we're art collectors.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to disappear for a second.
Okay.
I lost my hook. I'm back. Like the those cones.
Mm-hmm.
I have one under my chair. She's like, "Why do you do these?" I'm like, "Because I'm gonna use them." And she's like, "When?" I said, "When I use them." Everything is. She's like, "When are you gonna use this?" I'm like, "When I use it." My answer is like, "When I use it or when I get to it."
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, she's like, "I'm not taking you to Joann's anymore until you use up all this yarn." And I looked dead at her and I said, "Then get to learning how to knit."
So
I said, "That's the only way it's going to disappear faster is if your dad learns how to knit or crochet."
Yeah.
Because these hands can only crochet so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am guilty of buying yarn faster than I can crochet with it.
Yeah, there was of
But I've slowed down a lot. Like, I kind of filled up all the shelves I have around me, and then I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna buy. Like, if I really really want a yarn, I'll get it. But other than that, like, I'm not like this. The yarn that I showed you, this yarn, is like the first yarn that I bought that wasn't necessary, in
right,
quite a while. Oh, hey, baby.
like my so where my Goodwill is, it's literally there's okay, so there's a long driveway to get to us,
Hmm.
or like a little side road, if you will. I don't know what you'd call it. And then so if you turn, if you come down, okay, when you turn in, there's like a little side road, and then on the one side you've got going towards us, you've got Goodyear Tire,
Hmm.
and then on the other side you've got Starbucks, and then across the street there's another little like side road to get out, and then you got Del Taco, Jersey Mike's, and Mad Pizza.
Hmm.
And so across the driveway, if you will, if you want to call it a driveway, you walk out. This is how long it take me. For me, I walk slow. I don't leave first gear. So it'd take me at least an hour to walk to Joanne's, give or take. I'd say maybe 35, 40 minutes, give or take.
Hmm.
So you walk all the way down the little driveway, and then across it's called Industrial Drive because it's got all these industrial businesses on it. And then you got to walk across that without getting hit because you got to play kitchen. You got to play chicken, and then you got to go across there and then walk, and it's like second or third one in.
Yeah, Mary. He likes to jump up here and balance. If I had turned my chair like gently enough when he was up there, you can see his little legs kind of splay on each side. It's
Madison
so
does that
cute.
on the chair up here.
Hmm?
Madison does that on the chair up here.
Oh, cool.
And then
Yeah, it's so cute.
we have that, and then Michael's is across the street.
Yeah,
And
see, our Michaels and Joanne's are close together as well. And
mhm.
and so is Hobby Lobby, although I don't shop there. I did try to, I was thinking I might try to hit up the sale when it happened this year, but honestly, I don't know if they ever put it out. Like, I went like 4 times and they didn't have the sale. So I was like, well, fuck you guys. Like, I didn't want to shop at you anyways. I just wanted to kind of like rob you blind.
Right, the one where I want to go to, the one Hobby Lobby, for us where we are in Michigan, we'd have to go. It's what we call downriver because we have a river here called the Rouge River,
Hmm.
which is in kind of like it weaves in and out of all these different cities. So anything south of the Rouge River, we call downriver.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's in a city called Taylor, and it's just for us personally, it'd take us at least on a good day, maybe 20, 25 minutes
Hmm.
one way. So let's say it takes us 25 minutes. You're talking about a 50-minute drive round trip.
Yeah. We like, so I live in a small town. So I tell people I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. But I
Because
actually what?
they know where that's at. You're like basically in a suburb of Raleigh.
Yeah, a very, very, very small suburb of Raleigh. Like, there are people in Raleigh that don't even know how to pronounce the town that I live in because that's how small it is. Um, so, um, so it takes me about 15 minutes to go anywhere, at least.
That's what it's
So
like with my aunt
Joanne
where
is
she
about
is.
30 minutes away from me. And that's the minimum
Okay,
to
so
get to civilization.
yeah, there's a gas station in where my aunt lives.
Hmm.
Just to go get if they need, let's say, a half a gallon of milk from that store. because it's like a little convenience store / gas station.
Hmm.
One way is 15 minutes.
Yep, same here.
And
It's annoying.
so their mailing address is one city. Their area code is a different city. So does that tell you how rural they are?
Yeah. No, I've been living that life for a long time. I get it.
And then, so they're an hour from Traverse City, which is like their one big city where like your Sam's Club is. So like, maybe once a month they'll go into town, into Traverse City. And that's an hour.
Yep.
One way. And then in Grayling, which is where the army base is, you're talking 30 minutes just to go grocery shopping.
Yeah, you've got to like schedule your day.
Yeah.
Out of like what you're doing, because it's not just like I'm just gonna pop over here. It's like nope.
Exactly. And so like they'll get like a lot of their bulk stuff. I think she said like her coffee, her paper products, the paper plates,
Mm-hmm.
toilet paper, paper towel, napkins. They'll all wait for their monthly trip to go to Joann's, Traverse City, and then they'll stock up on all of that stuff, and then they're, I think they go in every couple of weeks into Grayling to get it. And to this day, it's Glenn's. It was a store. It's a kind of like a Kroger, or like a Piggly Wiggly or whatever. Like a regular grocery store.
Yeah.
But my whole life it was Glenn's. So to my mom and I, it's Glenn's.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
how I feel about Rite Aid and Eckerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I just looked at the time. We've been on here an hour and a half, Cammy. So I might go and hang out with Mel. I think she is close to being done with work, so we'll go hang out. But thanks for hanging out with me. And
You're
I
welcome.
loved seeing all your yarn and your books.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.